Next up, we got Rob Rhyne, who's one of our product design managers, and he is going to talk to us and demo the new in-product analytics that help you understand how all the devs at your company are using Sourcegraph. So over to you, Rob.
Thanks, Quinn. Hi, all. I'm Rob, a product design manager here. I've been here for a little over 2 years, and I'm in Wilmington, North Carolina, where it's just starting to feel like fall in the morning. I'm really excited to present our new in-product analytics, which helps admins see how developers are interacting with Sourcegraph. This new feature quantifies the time users are saving as they search, create insights, merge batch changes, and make use of other features like the browser and IDE extensions. We've always heard that Sourcegraph is invaluable to your workflow. And one of my favorite quotes about this came from an advisory board meeting when a huge customer told us that if he took Sourcegraph away, he'd have some really unhappy developers. So we loved hearing this, but how do you go about proving Sourcegraph is valuable? What do you tell your boss when it comes time to actually pay for the product? With 4.0, our goal is to provide clear metrics that help you quantify the value your teams are experiencing. This was actually really difficult because Sourcegraph is a complex product with many features and dozens of use cases. In the end, though, the key thread turned out to be developer time saved. We felt that if we could help a developer find an example or unblock someone with a search or automate the creation of a change across thousands of repositories, then we'd be giving our users valuable time back, and that we should show them this time. So that's what we did. But it's much more fun to look at product than to talk about it. So let's hop into a demo. From the new admin overview page, you're immediately presented with statistics which detail the total developer time saved over the last 3 months. We have the number of users, the total events they've completed, and the number of hours they saved. And we're projecting that out across the course of a year. To calculate these numbers, we broke it down by major product feature. So let's look at how we did this for batch changes. Batch changes let you automate large-scale changes across your entire code base. To display its value, we're charting the number of change sets created and merged over time. You can see we have a number of change sets created in July and September, and then you can watch as the number of change sets merged catches up. In the total time saved section, you can see how we calculated the values on the overview. We're simply multiplying the number of change sets merged against the median time saved value to arrive at the hours saved over the last 3 months. Now, we've erred on the side of caution and only counted the amount of time saved creating and managing the change sets. But as each product or each customer uses the product just a little bit differently, we've allowed you to customize this value to closely match what your users are experiencing. So let's say you save 30 minutes. You can then see how those calculations change. Let's move on to search. We're tracking key events like searches, result clicks, and file views over time to display trends. We can see that this instance has quite a bit of growth, so we know adoption is on track. In the total time saved section, we're tracking searches and file views. There are many search use cases, so we've broken the calculation into 3 categories of searches. Complex global searches that will require quite a bit of scripting to resolve without Sourcegraph. Global queries that leverage all the code in an organization. And more common searches that fall into the core workflow of every developer. Each type of search has a percentage of occurrence and an average minutes saved, which results in our total hours saved. And both these values are editable, so you can survey your users and customize it for the value that you're seeing. This level of data is also available for code navigation, insights, notebooks, and extensions. Let's look at how we've improved the ability to understand user adoption. The user analytics page shows the number of active users and the events they've completed, again, over time, to help admins monitor growth. The new user administration page takes advantages of these updates to include event data and filtering. This will help admins see who their top users are and find users that are not getting value. In-product analytics is available to anyone with an admin role. Use it to track user engagement, understand the value of using Sourcegraph, and calculate how much Sourcegraph is saving your team. That's the demo.
All right. That is going to be so helpful for our admins. What have you heard so far about admins around these new in-product analytics and dev time saved?
Sure. They really appreciate the ability to gauge adoption, and developer time saved really resonates. I think that's why they purchased Sourcegraph in the first place. And so it seems to be a really strong message. And I think part of that is due to how we've allowed them to adjust the values for what they're seeing in their organization. It wouldn't do a lot of good if we just pressed a value on someone. Everyone uses it differently. So that level of customization, I think, really helped.
Yeah, that's cool. And anyone else, feel free to put questions in the chat. Can users see how much time they've saved in all of their lifetime using Sourcegraph?
Not quite yet, but I love that. And let me go back and talk to the PMs and various folks working on this and try not to tell them it came from the CEO.
What else is coming next in product analytics? Can you share the roadmap?
Sure. A couple of things that we're working on are really related around getting more value from Sourcegraph. So at the bottom of each of those screens, we didn't put it in the demo, but we're showing suggestions about how to improve developer time save values or how to get this out to more users, et cetera. And so we'll probably tackle features like listing the repositories of projects that would benefit most from precise code intelligence. It doesn't help so much to track, well, it does help to track where you're seeing that value, but we want to also track where you can see a lot more value, save developers more time. And then you can really think about this functionality, the entire project, as the first step in our efforts to provide a truly world-class admin experience. These folks put a lot of time into managing Sourcegraph and boosting their teams by doing so. And so I think it's safe to say that these folks can expect more quality changes.
Yeah, cool. That's awesome. So again, join on Discord. We'll also be talking more about how we built this in the second half. And again, when Sourcegraph helps a dev find an answer instead of just a matching line in code, that saves them a ton of time. So we are aligned, and this is how it's being measured in the product. So thank you, Rob.